here, the design team member for Stamp Anything. Welcome to another episode of Fanny Friday. Hey, hi, hello. Okay, so in today's video, I am coloring Samantha off her broom. So last week, if you missed it, I made a Samantha card and I colored her just like she looks like in the series. But I was looking at her and I thought, oh, I wonder what she would look like not on her broom, because to me she looked like a pinup and looked fantastic. And so that's what we're doing today. I am creating a card taking Samantha off her broom, and I love it. Like, I love this card so very much. You guys know I've mentioned before that I don't come into these videos with any kind of like real like permanent idea or whatever you want to call it. I just kind of design as I go, and this is one that popped in my head and I absolutely love how she turned out. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to follow all of our social media. Next week is the October release. You need to sign up for Stamp Club. You need to sign up for Stamp Club. You're going to get a 6x8 stamp set. You're going to get with an extra chibi. So four images. You're getting the word builder die. You're getting the stencil, and you're getting the builder die. And next week's theme is amazing. And to guarantee that you get all of it, sign up for Stamp Club. You also get discounts, free images, all of the things, and that's listed down below. It is open internationally. So yeah, okay, so I have all of the supplies listed down below. There's links to the Facebook group and Instagram. I think that's all I have to tell you. Yeah, okay, so yeah. All right, let's head over to the craft table and we'll get started. Okay, friends, I have this super zoomed in. We're going to go straight into the coloring. I am starting with E29. So I will have the list of the colors I use down below, but it's E29, 39, 37, and 99. I like to start with the darkest color, and I'm putting that where the darkest shadows would be. So under her dress, like right on her thigh, there would be a shadow. This foot she's sitting on or the leg she's sitting on would be in shadow. Under her neck would be in shadow. Around her hairline would be in shadow. If you're a makeup wearer where you would put bronzer on your face, is kind of basically where you're putting the darkest color. And then I am going over that line with my next color. I am not going to pull this too far down, and I'm using 4 colors rather than 3, because the one thing I struggle with black skin or dark skin is it's too dark. And there are some people who are dark, absolutely. But when you're coloring like an image like this, it can be very hard to find the balance and contrast between light and dark when you have so much dark. And I think this is my favorite new combo for dark black skin. I just think it turned out really, really pretty. She is definitely a really pretty mocha chocolate. And honestly, that song was in my head when I was coloring this, because she's just, like I said, I just feel like she's a pinup in a boudoir. Like, she's just so pretty, and did a really good job on this image. I think she's gorgeous. So I went ahead and colored her lips and her mouth, only because I'm going to be going over her mouth with a glitter pen. Going to use some R32 to try to bring in some cheeks, and then I brought in my R35, which is also going to be a color that's going to be on her dress. So when I thought boudoir, I thought red. And I am going to be coloring her with one of my most favorite red combos. Here I'm just adding a little bit of brush pen. I like to add it to the blacks, the pupils, whatever you want to call it, because they don't always stamp the best, and I don't always try to stamp them the best. So yeah. For her hair, I'm using neutral grays in 764, I believe. I'm going to basically color her hair like I did the blonde Samantha last week, where I'm kind of going darkest to lightest from her bangs to the crown of her head. And the rest of her hair will be kind of highlighty. So some will be dark, some will be light, kind of like dimensional highlights. And I flick some, but I am not one that likes the look of the strokes, the actual strokes. On my own. I've tried it many a times, and for some reason when I look at it and it's mine, I'm like, that looks so weird. But when I see other people's, I'm like, oh, that looks so good. So take with that what you will. We're always learning. That's the thing about coloring. You don't have to be perfect. We all start somewhere, and just play. It's just paper. It's just paper. And especially this, you can stamp again. So don't be afraid. And listen, there are times, and I've showed you guys before, where I will have colored or tried to have colored an image 4 or 5 times before I finally get it to where I'm ready for it to be on quote unquote TV. I say TV because Kevin watches my videos on his TV. You may be on your computer, phone, iPad, whatever you're doing. But yeah, so there are some times where I'm like, I just have to walk away. Like, I just have to walk away before I get angry and just tear it all up. So it's paper. Don't be afraid to try different hair combos, color combos. You'll find one that you love. And there's a lot of inspiration. The Fannie team, not Fannie team, Misty, that's Fannie Friday. The Fanatics, yeah, the Fannies and the group, the design team, they all do such beautiful work. There's always inspiration. And most of the time they share the markers that you're using, or they're using, excuse me. So I am going to bring in my reds, and I'm going to start with R59. You could also do R89, but I'm doing 59, and I'm giving her the chest again. I did this in Samantha too, just kind of accented where her bosom would be with the darkest color. And then I'm going to go right around the edge of the front with the darkest color. And then I'm going to go in with R46 and kind of draw that out from there. Again, this is my favorite red combo. There's a lighter red combo I love too, but I wanted her to be a bit more deep and sultry. A part of me is like, Misty, you should try to make this look like a see-through nightie. And I'm like, Misty, no, we're going to put her in a dress. I can only do so much. And I apologize. It's mowing day. I thought they were done. I think the same people mow several houses in our neighborhood. And it's like, I thought you guys were done. What are we doing? So just going back over it, I loved leaving her backside the lighter color, because to me it just makes me feel like she has a very nice hourglass figure with a big badonkadonk. I wish I had one. Mine is a pancake. All right, so I always say that I go over from the back the lines or around the image to add black so you don't see the white core of the paper. This works best with some kind of water or dye beast ink, not a Copic. I wouldn't suggest a Copic. And here I am bringing in a red gel pencil. These are glitter gel pencils. I think it's Glintech or something. I just looked for glitter gel pencils, and I only bought these because they came with the refills, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring in some paper. I thought this was perfect. I initially thought I was going to do, the background of the word die with these lips, and I didn't love it. So I put red glitter paper on it and decided to do the hearts instead. I still don't know that I love this. I honestly kind of wish I'd done black for the background, but I am going to bring in black to do another kind of offset layer to kind of ground it. And because it just was like, it was missing something, and I felt like that was the right thing to do. And so I tried this 3 or 4 different ways. I was having issues with the glitter paper because it didn't want to cut all the way through, and I was trying to use my double-sided adhesive tape because I'm not going to be able to put tiny little lines of glue on the bewitched word, the skinny word. So yeah, so I went ahead and did it in plain black, and I'm going to offset that on the back of the current one that's completely finished. This is what you can do if you're just missing that little hint of dimension or that little hint of something. You can always add kind of like a drop shadow, so to speak. And that's what I'm doing here. And I actually really like how this turned out. This paper was so fantastic. I do a project on my own channel called Project Use Your Stuff. I've just spent the week doing Christmas cards, using up a ton of paper. And this is actually a pad of paper that I had in my collection that I've never used. So, and I thought it was perfect. I think this would be a really fun kind of Valentine's or anniversary or just, just because card, like a little bit more adult, so to speak. I am using some tear and tape. You can use scored tape, whatever. You just want a strong adhesive because this is going to be backed on the glitter paper. Normally, I would cut out a rectangle for the for the paper, and you can see here that I actually adhered this after cutting out a rectangle. So I have the border for this card, and then I actually have a rectangle that I can use on a different card, and I actually use it on the same card. So that is a hint from me to you, is that you don't have to waste an entire piece of glitter paper. You can just use a little bit of it, just the border of it. Here you can see where I cut out the rectangle that's going to go on the front. So I'm bringing in ribbon. When's the last time someone used ribbon? Listen, I love ribbon. I love using ribbon. And instead of adding a red strip of cardstock, I decided to bring in this satin ribbon. I got a pack of it off of Amazon. I'm using some washi tape to adhere it to the back, and then I'm going to get it lined up. Oh no, I'm not using washi tape. I'm using that tear and tape. Wow. Normally I use washi tape, but we're going to go over it with the tear and tape. Okay, cool. So anyway, I have been in a ribbon frame of mind. I've done a couple of cards on my channel where I've used ribbon. I don't know. I just love it. And I especially love it for holiday cards. And to me, this is like a Valentine's Day holiday card. So, yeah. That's going on to a white card base. I picked those up from Amazon. If you just search A2 size note cards, it'll pop up. They're already pre-scored. They come with envelopes for the most part. And I just keep them in a drawer by my desk, and I can just pull them out when I'm not using a colored card base. So my idea for her was I saw her sitting on top of the word die in my head. So that's why I went ahead and brought in the background paper because she needed something behind her to ground her too. I was concerned that if she didn't, she would just kind of be floating, and that's kind of weird. So I went ahead and added the word die, and I went ahead and added that with liquid glue because I want to be able to move her leg behind the D, and I knew that if I put that down with tear and tape, I wouldn't have the ability to move it around. And I wanted to make sure that her head wasn't hanging off because I didn't want it to get smushed in transit. And so you can see here that I moved it down just a little tiny bit. And I'm just sliding that knee behind the D, or I guess that's an H, Misty, duh. Behind the H. So it looks like she's sitting on the word. And I really, really like that. Again, I had to move her down just a little bit, and then I'm going to put a piece of that foam tape behind her head. And I'm just using that lid to help me keep her adhered. So I'm adding that piece of foam tape like I mentioned. And then I'm going to bring in a couple of these hearts. I've had these forever. I want to say that I got these in a kit like 5 or 6 years ago. I've literally had these forever. And I'm adhering these fun little mirror hearts with glue dots. And I'm putting 3 right there on the side. I just thought it added a little bit more. And I am a firm believer in more is more. More is definitely more. Speaking of more, I'm going to bring in a shimmer pen to add shimmer to her dress. Like I said, I initially thought I wanted to do try to accomplish some kind of sheer, but I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. And then you have to deal with her body underneath. And I was just like, this is not one of those cards. It's not meant to go quite that far. So yeah, but I gave her a little bit of this on her eyes rather than trying to do eyeshadow. And I brought in some Copic to go over the red glitter pen because it just wasn't showing up like I liked. And that's it. That is it. Didn't she turn out so stinking pretty? I love the glitter paper. I love how she looks. I just love this one so very much. I'd love to hear you guys' comments in comments down below, your opinions. What am I trying to say? I don't know. But other than that, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. Make sure you come back next week because it's release week. And again, sign up for Stencil Club because you're going to want every single thing in this October release. I promise. All right, friends. Bye for now.